Hey guys, welcome to CRYYY. This is Lady Crybaby, the Empath Empress, and we are here to do a reading on Betty Wright. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and get a few cards laid out. I didn't do that ahead of time, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done right now. This Dylan is messing up my nails. Already. Alright, well, that's all good. I'm just going to keep on going. I almost knew that was going to happen. Alright, so here we are. So let's get these cards out. Just doing like this. Alright, so. And the reason why I haven't turned them over yet is, as you can see, that fell right out. So we'll put that one up there. I'll put this here. Shuffle. More. Alright. So we'll take this one. Put it here. And we see the 10 of Wands. There. And the reason why I haven't turned them over yet, y'all, is because I want to get a divine card from her. Alright guys, so I'm going to start right there with those. And let's see, we'll set this stuff right here. Because I want to get a divine card, because I know Betty is a divine. Alright, so when I did Betty's channeling, I would always hear, of course, no pain, no gain. And then I would hear that song, Tonight is the Night. And Betty says there's a significance to that song, receiving. It's like the bottom of the deck. And I want to take love. So let's go with and see what the word gives us. Alright, Betty Wright, Spirit Guides. Let's get a card, a divine card from Betty as to how she feels. Alright. Just like a woman. Look, y'all. Liberation. Ain't that something? Alright, so let's see. Liberation. You can't see that right there. Can you see it right here? Not really. Can you see it right there? Not really. Can you see it right there? Not really. Can you see it right here? Yeah, you can. Alright. So let's sit it right there. Alright, so when I did Betty Wright's channeling, I don't know if anybody know who Betty Wright is, but she's the lady that sings no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain. Or she sings tonight is the night. And you know, people sampled 1,000 songs off of that song right there. Okay, so I got my notes. July 25th is when I channeled Betty for the first time, and she came through. And she said, you got to be strong, okay? She said the song Tonight is the Night is about being, is about the pains and the gains of attaching your soul with another one's, okay? She says that part that makes me a woman or whatever, she says you can either be not just a woman, but, you know, a womb man. In other words, you can also be a wounded man, is what she says, because of your soul attaching to a person. So soul ties is what that song was about. Hold on, y'all, let me turn this TV down again. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm having this TV too loud. It's the second time that's happened. Okay, trying to interrupt me. All right, so thank you for waiting. Betty Wright says, I was fine until somebody drove their car into my garage, she says, and decided to park it there forever and permanently. So where that's concerned, she feels like whatever happened to her, somebody wanted to take her position in life, okay? Somebody wanted her spot, and she feel like they parked it there permanently. So let's read Liberation. It says, the doubts and fears still come up You don't believe anymore that they're you. She says liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they are you, or that they are you. So I'm not exactly sure what that means, but she's saying that the soul ties that you have with people, you don't believe that they're you. You don't believe that that's even possible. You don't even have a clue that that's even such a thing. Well, your doubts and your fears, in other words, have you ever heard anybody say that when you fear something that you already done lost it? So that's pretty much what it is, okay? When you go in there and you fear something and you fear love, and when it happens, you be like, dang. Well, it's things that you have already thought about ahead of time, okay? So you got to understand how strong your mind is and how strong you guide, your own life is what it is. So anyway, she feels like somebody took her position. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and give you a synchronicity here. All right, so up under her liberation card is, we got a green leaf with a part of a sage on there, okay? So she feels like her green leaves, or, her organs in her body were somewhat, they weren't protected enough, okay? And so she feels like, her leaves dried up, okay? These are a pair of earrings that are leaves of this color. So she feels like her leaves dried up. She says she was, she was a carnation at one time, okay? Or she has been reincarnated, you guys. Several times is what she's saying, and whoever she feels like has her soul again, she says she feels like somebody parked in her garage and stayed there permanently. So this carnation and the spirit, she feels like she has been reincarnated, okay? And again, she says there's doubts and fears that still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you, okay? So anyway, she feels like that something came into her and took over her soul. She had once really green, beautiful, full leaves or organs within her body, and then they somehow became dry. All right, so with that, she says, meaning spirits, they take over your house. She says it's destined that way. So whoever she feels has reincarnated her or took over her space has been destined to be that way. She says some just come before their time. They enter your soul or sanctuary. She says some attempt and some try, and then some want to live there. She says without your permission. This is why young artists die early or earlier, she says, because they have lack of protection. Again, she felt she needed more protection. So in other words, she's saying there's the stars out there need to protect themselves more. All right. Let me make sure I get my, let me find what I did with my actual, I need my notes in order to do the routine. So let me find what I did with it while I actually talk to you all. So, all right, I don't even see him nowhere. All right, so also Betty says, okay, I see him. So Betty says, some just come before their time. She says, too open will get you taken. In other words, the world calls it publicity. She said, I call it making your internal world a public city. She says, wrong move. She says, a movie, right? By staying in place or laced, she says, into your own view of righteousness. She says, that's how you protect your soul gate. So she says, it ain't no thing funny about it. And she said, in other words, it ain't not nothing, but she says it ain't no thing funny about it. All right, so that was July 25th, guys. So again, there was a long pause in between there. And then here we go up to August 9th, okay? And I said, thank you, Betty, right away, because somehow she came through. Again, some of these readings, you guys, is not just for you all. It's a lot of it is for divine beings who need to hear positive words from the spirit. All right. Betty says, see, people don't know how much a thing hurt. Okay. She says, until they felt the pain that it brings. She says, and then the amount of pain becomes the subject or the top layer of your issue. We're experiencing the pain is plenty, and somebody needs to listen, is what she's saying. She says, listen, we're experiencing the pain itself is plenty, but when it's poured on or repetitious, she said, then that's when reality becomes real. She says, no pain, no gain doesn't just deal with the whims and woes of the trained to love. She says, It is the volume and velocity or the intensity in which it hurts you. She says, meaning each individual one of us, or each one of us individually, because everybody have their definition of, what hurts and, their view of what pain is to them. She says, that's when we say, or start learning to say, or finally say, okay, I ain't going to do that again. She said, then that goes to, I ain't never going to do that again no more. She says, and then she laughs. She says, then she told me, she says, nice to meet you, sweetheart. And then I waved goodbye, and she ended up having to leave, I guess. And then she said, and then I tell her, it's, on my notes it says, then I tell her how much I love her again. Betty Wright says, we love you even more dear than you are a joy to us. Okay. So, she says, we love you even more, dear. She says, you are a joy to us. In other words, the way I feel about them is mutual. They feel the same way about me as Empress Poppy, the reader. All right. And then Betty says, in order to get something, you got to give something. Meaning when you got to do the work of the Lord, then the devil will attack, is what she's telling me. So in other words, when you give yourself to people, the bottom line is that she's saying, you better be careful. You got y'all, hey, everybody, it's really serious about who you sleep with and who you share your soul with out here. And, as liberated women, we go run out there and do stuff, and then you turn around and say, or I won't even say liberated women, liberated men as well. It says, the doubts and the fears, it says the doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. So in other words, the little stuff that be happening out here, your little doubts and your fears and stuff that end up happening in relationships, and you be wondering why, how that happened, or this and that, because you know why? You so liberated, you so worried about being free, you so worried about doing what you want to do. That sounds familiar to me. And dealing with who you want to deal with out here. And then when stuff come up, it's always something that was in your mind that you feared would happen anyway. All right, so let's turn over Betty's cards. All right. So Betty got, oh my God, you guys, this is all wands. So she's getting ready to talk about love right here. So just think, we got the 7 of Wands. I had it 7 of Wands. This first, before I start reading them so you guys can see them. 8 of Wands. Then after she got all of that, look at Betty Wright. She talking about the lovers. Okay. So, wow. Anyway, so for all of the other tarot card readers, y'all go ahead and get y'all thing on, but I still need my notes. All right, so 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Okay, so Wands is about love. 7 of Wands, she says your love ideas and your love beliefs are challenged. You know what I mean? They challenge. Bottom line is what she's saying. She says, but you're going to have good news about love. Okay, divines? Okay, so as we got the 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the lovers, the one that turned over is the 10 of Wands. Okay? So Betty had weariness on her back. Okay, regarding love. So some of the spirits and stuff that she felt as though entered her, or she says one in particular, had something to do with a lover. Okay? Look at this. Knight of Wands. Wow. All these love cards from Betty Wright. Knight of Wands is moving. You know, it says change of residence, a move. So anyway, looks like she had a love changeover. All right, so it says to get this card. And then here it is, a Six of Cups. Six of Cups is someone or something coming back from the past. Okay. So obviously, again, it was a lover of hers from her past. That she felt like, I guess the love was so strong, or that person entered her soul, or whatever soul tie or whatever she had was the cause of change in residence. So in other words, everybody, she has her view of spiritual warfare. And look, here it is, Nine of Wands. And y'all, when do anybody, any tarot card reader, sit up there and put all of their suit cards in order? So you know I didn't do that. And this woman ain't nothing about love. She is really talking about how love really just, oh my God. She says, it says persevere, because success is near for all of you lovers out here. Wow, so she's giving a message. She says Queen of Cups. All right. So she was the Queen of Cups. Okay. And then she says to all of you, Queen of Cups. And to me, Queen of Cups. And this was in my last reading. So some of these readings that they're doing, you guys are speaking directly to me, as well as other divine, they says. And this is for your healing, divines. All right. So Queen of Cups, again, is an empath or a conservative woman, or somebody who is in the business of healing others. So that's for all of you empathic healing women. Oh my God. Empath, Empress, that's me. Okay, so she spoke speaking directly to me. All right. So she says, in your line of healing and in your view of liberating yourself, everybody, make sure you stay healed. Make sure you heal yourself. Make sure you protect yourself when it comes to sex. Make sure you understand that when you go and enter into somebody's sanctuary, there's more than just a feeling. Betty says that's involved. You actually tie in your soul to that person. Okay. Wow. All right. So let's get a few of these cards on from this deck on Betty. And see what else she has to say. So you guys, this is Betty Wright. Now listen, you know, and with Betty saying that her leaves dried up, I actually, of course, when Betty Wright came through, she came through a little while after Dick Gregory came through, okay? So she wanted to kind of, you know, feed off of, you know, the Garden of Eden. All right, so that's why it still shows Queen of Cups, the Empress, meaning me. So if you go back and look at the Dick Gregory video, you'll see that he referenced me as the Queen of Cups. So all of these cards here are about love. Now, when we've done other star readings, you know, they have swords and things like that. So Betty, you know, there was some type of, she says, love attack, or love, like, you know, she did not have a heart attack. Of course, it was cancer, I believe. But she says it was like more like a love, you know, love affair of the heart. You know, like a heart issue where the person entered into her soul, and then it can cause darkness, she says, which is, you know, referencing the darkening of the leaves. And I just got to show you this. Let me go grab this thing out of this cabinet. So hold on one second now. I do not know what the significance of this is, but look at this big old brown leaf thing. And y'all, you get this thing from like Family Dollar or something, but I have gotten it a long time ago, and I've been having this thing just sitting up, you know, and everything. But it is like this really big. Let me see if I can move this up a little without tearing it. Messing it up. It's this really big leaf. And as you can see, you know, we got these leaves right here. So when, you know, the synchronicity, I was picking up this leaf, I guess, you know, Betty was trying to tell me that her dark issue wasn't this type of, you know, big issue like that. It was more of a small, I guess, dark issue where her leaves are concerned. So again, she's saying something in her. She says it wasn't big and noticeable. It was kind of low, you know. So, but it was still dark. So anyway, this big old leaf, I had to put this underneath my cabinet and get it out of my, just get it from out of the environment, period. So y'all think about that. I'm not exactly sure what that meant. You know what I mean? On the deep down. But she wanted me to put that big old leaf up. Pardon me, don't know. Oh, wow. You know, it's a trip how the spirit rocks. Okay. So again, she's saying, you know, bottom line is that, you know, through all the weariness and pains of love, you know, you will find love, okay? Love is going to come to you. And even though, you know, our spirits change residence, you know, is what she's showing, you know. So spiritually, you know, your spirit and your soul, okay, flowering empress lady, that's me. Okay, so they talking to me again, or somebody, and I've seen, and here we go with friendliness. Okay, so instead of thundering moments with darkness, okay. So for everybody, she's saying, just heal yourself. Let the Lord lay hands on you, on your mind, and on your mind, okay. So, just for your information, your intestines, your stomach, that's why you have those what's called gut feelings. Your mind is also a brain, okay. I mean, excuse me, your stomach is also, you know, your intestines, and down there, that's also a mind, okay. This is a mind, okay. So you get a lot of feelings and information in your stomach and here. Let the Lord, as with the clear hands, heal you. Bottom line, okay, guys. So, wow. And I'm going to pull more cards for you. It's your existence. Okay. Here you go, Betty. That need guidance. Check this out. In order for you to have your transformation, period. All right, guys. So many of us, such as herself, are guilty. And all of these, look which direction they're going. And because of your guilt, y'all, for your sins and all of that negativity and all of your black magic and stuff that you've done, you know, regarding sex with the person. And this is messages to somebody in particular. Betty said it's not her. She said she feels as though it was done to her. It's not her. So for whoever you are, you have turned in recently to the spirit because of the guilt, you know, of doing that, okay? And the guilt of rebelling against the Lord and the spirit. Okay, you want to change that. But for your information, all these cards are in. So this is for somebody in particular, even myself and whoever else are divines out here. Think about how you've rebelled against the spirit and used your sex in your body or something like that without thinking about the transference of souls and what could happen. But now you have awareness. But this is again to a person in particular that there's a card that dropped that you have to, instead of trying to be a creator, okay, y'all, everybody had these old fictitious, I want to say fictitious ass or fake ass, but Betty's not that type, you know what I mean? But there's these fugazi relationships out here where people just making stuff seem and appear what it is. But that's how you get that soul transference and all of that, because it's just too fake, okay? Because you know why? Y'all wanted to avoid ordinariness. That's what you was trying to do, okay? So you was trying to make up stuff and get people to receive, okay? To receive that fakery that you was putting in their face. All right. Well, guess what that did to you? That didn't do nothing but help drive you crazy. All right. Because of loss of control. After a while, you can only fake for so long, is what Betty's saying. All right. So you got to be real. You got to be genuine. And, oh my gosh, she says you got to understand, okay, that there are politics when it comes to relationships. Okay. There be a lot of snakes in the grass faking with masks on their face. People that sit up, she says, and ghost you, but then they come and smile up in your face. And then they play these silly games of, you know, I'm here 1 minute, the next I'm not. Then when they're there around you, you better believe, she says, it's strategic, or they snaking you about something. Okay, that's where the Joker come in at. So they said you need a harmonious relationship, okay? That's what you need to understand. Anybody who come in and out and fake and play those games, that ain't nothing but somebody that's trying to transfer. That's where the snake is, she's saying. So, okay, you either need, it's either one or two ways, she said, you have relationships. You either have them harmoniously or with politics. How y'all like that? Get them, Betty. Whee! Thank you, Spirit. All right. She says, but as we continue, and we got real right young women and young men out here, check this out, that's innocent to how creative. I put that on something. I know she's talking about the devil. The fight can be, wee, and the level of stress that it can bring. Oh my God. Because sharing in on souls, okay, will make you postpone yourself. All right. Wow. Pop. Get them, Betty. All right. So then the source is what you need, okay, in order to become abundant again. So abundance is where we at. All right. If you look at all of these colors in the light is what you need. And then bop, you can see politics sticking out. Okay. And then you can see the Empress over here. Okay. And underneath all of that is pretty much all wands. Wands and cups. If there are no swords in Betty's reading, this is crazy. All right. So that's what's up. Okay. There are no swords in Betty's reading, and there are no pentacles either. Show ain't. Wow. How awesome. Okay. So up underneath that, we got morals. Betty wants you to know it's your morals that matter. Okay. Okay, guys. So with that being said, I'll give you one more card. Let's go this way. So compromise. You got to compromise with this person, okay? You almost got to share in on being alike and unalike. Got to agree to disagree, okay? Wow. Compromise is what you need, she says. So right here where abundance is concerned, abundance is, you can only have abundance when you have compromise, okay? And as you compromise, yeah, look at that. It's got to be the Lord. You got to have God there, okay? So for all you liberated ones who want to run out there and do whatever you want to do, you better believe it's soul ties attached to all of that you're trying to go do and trying to be so fine and get yourself up together and just be all out there about the world and all this, that, and the third. But one thing you forgetting and leaving it behind, okay? You ask the Lord to help you get however, what kind of way, you know, successful, professional, you know, and everything. The Lord helped you get that way. You think he gonna fall off when you decide to just use your body to run out there and just go have sex with whoever think you so fine and whoever like your swag? All right. So make sure you compromise with the Lord and your soul, okay? Because it's a trinity. It's not just you. It's not just you and yours or whoever, okay? You're trying to go somewhere. You're trying to be abundant and professional, and the only way you can do that is through the Spirit. All right, guys? All right. There you go. That's a beating. Oh, here's this card that fell, you guys. Oh, my God. Look. Right to the end. That card fell during the reading. New vision is what everybody needs. And you need a new vision with the Lord, okay? It says you must put on the full armor of the Lord is what Betty wants you to know, okay? In order to be successful in the Spirit. within your spirit. And when it comes to, she says, although sex may not involve no pain, but you better believe it involves a certain level of pain to gain that love. Respect that. All right, guys. So I hope you like what you just saw, you guys. I'm Empress Rapi. Okay, that's a reading from Betty Wright. All right. So you guys hit that like button. Go ahead and share this message, okay? So let's protect ourselves out here, because we want to be abundant, okay? We don't want nothing negative jumping on our back because you done something with your body that your spirit does not agree with, okay, you guys? All right, because remember, they walk with you and they see what you do. Empress Rapi, you guys. This is CRYYY Tarot. Askanish.